We got some big news tonight as Drew McIntyre just quit WWE. He is on his way to AEW. What do y'all think about this?
Who's gonna start first,
Is this
man?
man
Who wants to
going or
tell
not?
him? Who wants to tell him?
Come on, man. It's got to be true, right?
I love breaking the good news to Kenny. He is not going to AEW, my brother.
Come on, bro. He quit.
Come
Where
on,
else
Ken,
is he
you're so
gonna work?
gullible, man.
But I'd be willing to put my testicles.
Whoa.
Yo,
damn.
That Drew McIntyre will be here on Friday when CM Punk shows up in Chicago. I'd be willing to put a lot of money on that, man.
I mean, Friday is kind of soon. Maybe you'll wait for a week, but okay. Fair enough. I think CM Punk is going to come out there and say, hey, guys, look, he did the same thing I did back in 2014 when I was a beautiful beach, to take a stroll on. How funny is that?
The biggest beach. I'm sorry.
Anyways, he's going to say, how funny is that? And he's just going to mess with Drew McIntyre maybe even more than once. And then once SummerSlam rolls closer. Because I don't see this as being a Money in the Bank match. If it is, by the way, we're going to Money in the Bank. And this is going to be like my first ever WWE pay-per-view, so I'll be hyped because I want to see CM Punk wrestle regardless. But yeah, I think they're just going to kind of run this back a little bit. But I'm sure CM Punk is either completely healed or way too close to being healed at this point. And even though we're not going to see him have a match soon, I think at least he's going to be going ahead and getting a little bit more physical than we are used to seeing him in the last few months. And then he's going to get injured again per Mr. Kenny Bomb here, right?
Yes, sir, he is. Because unfortunately, if you think about CM Punk's whole run in AEW or WWE, every time he has a match, what did I tell y'all before Royal Rumble? Can y'all please remind me?
Said he would get injured.
I told y'all he was
Glass
going to
cannon.
get injured, man. He just doesn't have it in him no more. His body can't take it. People call him Fragile Phil, and they have a point to call him Fragile Phil because the guy's just a brittle bag of bones now. Big Om, what you got?
After that.
Let's recap a bit what happened on Raw tonight. So Drew comes out.
Yep.
He says that he didn't say anything initially.
Not much,
Crowd
yeah.
chanting CM Punk, and you could see him stewing, and he eventually just gets to the point where he says, I'm not doing this no more. And he quits.
Just like
Walking
Batista.
away, Adam Pearce takes him down. You got Triple H in his face, like, I'm the game. I can't quit. I'm the game, my show. And then Drew just walks away. Deactivates his Twitter, by the way, which is a big thing now. Like he's done with Twitter.
Good for him.
This is someone who made a resurgence off of Twitter.
You're right. Actually, wow.
There's a lot to potentially happen here. Obviously, there's a tie-in. CM Punk claiming that he's going to be cleared. There's a report out that he's likely not going to be cleared until at least late July, So we'll see how that plays into it. There's a potential here for Punk to come out on SmackDown, say he's cleared, and then mysteriously maybe be attacked in Chicago, his hometown, by a masked assailant of some kind. Someone may potentially Drew McIntyre. You never know. I think the possibilities are endless when it comes to this. One thing I do know for a damn sure, Drew McIntyre, CM Punk, SummerSlam, it's happening. And it is going to be a red-hot feud. And a feud that I think we're all pretty much in agreement with saying did not need the belt in order to be a main event. Like, I think this could legitimately main event SummerSlam just on its own merit. Like, that's how good of a feud this is. That's how good of a story it is. And, hey, look, there's talk about Bad Blood coming back in October. Them bringing back Hell in a Cell. What a blood feud it would be, boys. What a blood feud it would be.
I'm down for it.
I don't know if you want to talk about blood after this episode of Raw, but I'm sorry, kiddo. Go ahead.
Yeah. Like the fact that the whole talking point was Seth Rollins and CM Punk. That's gonna be awesome. Just a couple of months after that, we don't even remember that match anymore. Obviously, I think that's gonna come in the future. But the fact is, this came out of nowhere. This whole feud, and it's been just a pleasurable watch. All the segments, all the freaking promos. Drew McIntyre got off the chain. Basically, they let him speak, and this is what happens when you let people speak. Now, I don't say to do this to everyone because we got Kalistos, and as much as I like him, Claudio Castagnoli's out there in the world. But man, I'm so glad that they let Drew take this chance, because otherwise he might have been going to AEW and taking this chance there. So good call on WWE's part because I'm just enjoying this thoroughly. And you're right, Omer. I think like this didn't need the title, and it also shows us that WWE isn't like the old WWE now. Of course, with Vince McMahon gone, because I would bet my bottom dollar if Vince was still at the top making all the final decisions, they would like either CM Punk or Drew. They would have the title right now, the World Heavyweight Championship. He would say like, "Oh, yeah, Damien, you don't need it. You don't need it." And then yeah.
I mean, Drew McIntyre would be like a rosebud right now if Vince McMahon was still around. That trash booking.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, he was a Scottish warrior for like 3
Drew
years.
McIntyre was the chosen one from the beginning. We got to remember.
No, he was a Scottish warrior for 2 years, and he did absolutely nothing for 2 years. It was horrendous. I was just sad to watch.
Vince McMahon gave Drew McIntyre his first championship.
And his first firing. Go ahead, Kenny. Continue.
He had to go out and find it on his own. If you love something, you got to let it go. If it
and
comes
he did
back,
it. He did it. Goddamn it!
In the right spot. Brian, what you got to say about it?
I don't even know where this is going, bro. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. I don't know what's the point of him quitting. I don't know. I'm just being.
Well, where do you want it to go, Dan? Like.
No, I mean, obviously we all, at least myself, I wanted to go to CM Punk and Drew. I mean, that's the money match here. But I'm just trying to figure out what's the point of him saying he quits. I know he's frustrated. I just don't know where this is going.
It's the best part about wrestling, Brian. Wait, watch, and find out next week.
God damn it.
No, I mean, yeah, bro. I get it, though. You know what I'm saying? It's cool. We'll see how this plays out. I like Triple H getting involved in the back. We'll see how long.
What do you mean by that?
You know
right. We don't know.
But yeah, man. I mean, listen, this about to cook. This about to cook, bro. Hopefully we get CM Punk and Drew at SummerSlam. We get Randy and Cody at SummerSlam. Hey, bro, that'd make for a hell of a SummerSlam, bro. What y'all think, man?
Boys, I think I'm getting vindicated because I said that when this Clash at the Castle goes away, we're going to get out of this stump and people are going to start doing interesting stuff because Money in the Bank is coming up. Now, hopefully, Cody is watching all of this, right, Mr. Rhodes, and says, you know what? I'm going to start to do something interesting as well. As you mentioned, Brian, Randy Orton's there looking at Cody's titles like he's seen some pair of, why
we always got to take the opportunity to crap?
He is the champion. He is the man at the top. So, hey, we got to judge him. That's his spot. Like, that's literally his spot.
It is.
Hey, man, here you go. Here it is.
The top, man.
Hey, bro, I'll tell you this, Brian. Ultimate test for Cody Rhodes. Ultimate test. If he can carry Solo Sikoa through this feud over the next few weeks.
Dog, I'm mad that the pay-per-view that I'm going to is gonna be trash, dog. That match, I'm not looking forward to it, bro.
I mean, I'm just looking forward to Money in the Bank itself. I think that's enough.
Bro.
What you say, Omer?
I said we're not getting Jacob Fatu, no Justin Fatu. We're getting Solo Sikoa, bro.
Hey, bro, maybe we get a Jacob Fatu debut at that Money in the Bank, bro. They've been holding him back since Mania, no?
No, we're gonna get the taller guy. Who's his face? Tangaloa.
Hikulele.
Hikulele. But yeah, Justin Fatu come out there, knock out Cody Rhodes. Boom, Solo Sikoa walks out as the champion. Get Cody back on the chase. Because as the champion, my boy ain't performing.
What you mean?
He's
had top matches, bro. I would streak.
Stop watching WWE if that happened.
I would streak.
Now listen, they cooked Swerve Strickland because he wasn't in the main event at the last pay-per-view. Cody Rhodes opened up this last WWE pay-per-view. So
yeah.
I'm just saying.
Nothing, Kenny. That means nothing.
100%.
Something.
I'm putting it back in their faces. Anybody who cooks Swerve Strickland for not main eventing, you got to say the same thing about Cody Rhodes.
Roman opened up a pay-per-view once, I think, and that was Royal Rumble. So if Cody does it again, he's officially less, important than Roman.
What?
Just saying it.
Cut the video, Brian. Cut it.
I ain't dealing with y'all.